Hello. Do you have any tattoos? No. Not that I'm aware of anyway. Is it safe to say you're a regular fan of shows like Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, and John Oliver? I know who these individuals are. And also have Bill Maher, Politically Incorrect, Comedy Central, that kind of thing. So I know who they are. But to answer your question, no, it would not be safe to say that I'm a regular fan of these shows. As a matter of fact, it would be very, very dangerous of you to suggest that I even tune in to these programs, let alone am a fan of these shows. I don't watch these shows. I cannot stand these shows. I've never met any of these individuals. I'm sure they're swell guys. Towering intellects. Delightful senses of humor. And I know how precious they are to all of you. But you're going to have to see it my way just this once. Picture, if you will, picture, if you can, a traditional nightly news format. Vintage Walter Cronkite. You have an anchorman and anchorwoman, a newscaster, sitting at a news desk. Behind them is the little picture window for depicting the graphics of the current events of the day. And they proceed to read the nightly news to you. Only this time around, as they begin to read the news script, it is to a live studio audience right there in front of that news desk. A live studio audience complete with an applause sign and an audience response monitor. And the newscaster reads the nightly news script. And as he does so, he must intentionally or extemporaneously pause in order to ride the waves of interruptive laughter emanating from that live studio audience. He must ride the waves of the laughter exactly like they do on a sitcom. And furthermore, when they reach the point for the editorials, for the commentary, then that newscaster must strategically pause in between pieces. Pause so that the audience can applaud, can clap, can give a standing ovation in order to acknowledge the brilliance of this newscaster's words. They must pause and sit back, basking in the glow, nodding. Ratified, gratified, satisfied. Smugly, sanctimoniously, self-righteously. These shows are part of the problem, boys and girls. Programs like this have contributed to blurring that line between politics and entertainment. Shows like this are exactly why you wound up with a fake fraud incumbent like that in the White House. Directly because of programs like this. But you know what? I don't really even blame these guys. No. I place the blame where it belongs. On all of you. The audience. The spectators. The consumers. Who created demand for this kind of thing. For this sort of Jerry Springer free-for-all. And who, as far as I know, look to these guys as their actual daily news source. This is your go-to resource to find out what happened out there in the world today. No. I can't stand these programs. These programs turn my stomach. What is your impression of Kyle Rittenhouse? Could you mean that cherubic, apple-cheeked little dumpling from the Midwest? That all-American Pillsbury doughboy next door? That angelic innocent that snuck out after curfew in order to play G.I. Joe, going around shooting people, living the wet dream of every video game that he's ever played? Is that who you mean? That child? That errant Boy Scout gone wrong? You're familiar with the American success story, right? You have somebody who murders some people, gets caught, goes to trial, is found guilty, goes to prison, writes his memoirs, gets himself a literary agent, gets himself a publicist, and they put out a new bestseller so that by the time the murderer gets out of jail, he's got millions of dollars waiting for him, and he can cash in on his own success. You know that scenario very well, I'm certain. Let's look at this kid's counterpoint success story. Commits the murders, gets caught, goes to trial, is not found guilty, is in fact found innocent, sets about trying to cash in on his own success, and in every instance, as far as I can tell, crashes and burns in the effort. It sounds like whenever he shows his face at some little talk or lecture or interview or some little motivational seminar, he's laughed out the door. A laughingstock, ridiculed, mocked. That is his success story. That's what he has to look forward to. Until that point in time, when he just kind of fades away into obscurity. How long has it been since your last drink? Alcoholic spirits, libation? December of last year. So about 10 months ago. What do you think a member of the IRA would say about your claim to support them and Irish independence? You mean a rank-and-file IRA foot soldier, a member of the Irish Republican Army, to whom I am a complete stranger, who does not know me, who does not know what I represent, who does not know my affiliations and my associations, someone to whom I am a complete stranger? What would a member of the IRA say to me? I can tell you exactly what they would say to me. They would look me dead in the eye and they would say, put a lid on all that. This is not your war. Who are you to be rattling your saber on our behalf? Go home. This is not your fight. Go douse yourself in shamrocks. Drown yourself in your green beer. And then march proudly down Main Street in your St. Patrick's Day parade. Only leave us be to do what we have to do. That is precisely what a member of the IRA would say to me. And for that matter, that is word for word exactly what he or she would say to all of you